Welcome, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming down. This is an impromptu debate session between two candidates that we have here that both have equally agreed to do so. This was not prompted or provided on our behalf. These two decided to do it on their own behalf. I'll be moderating this session. I'll go through a series of questions. Maybe at the end of it as well, or depending on the time frame with it, leave some crowd involvement questions as well. All right?
Yeah.
We'll go in alternating pattern. If y'all want, go ahead and roll a you got a die over there? 6-sided die. See who wants to go first. Highest number chooses.
Bobby can go first.
Oh, all right.
I'm talking.
She's 8-miling him. She's 8-miling him.
I'll go first.
All right.
Yeah, she said you could.
Yeah, dumbass.
I already was gonna go first before she even said that.
All right, Mr. Charles. This will be quite the easy one. And then Miss Jones, I'll also allow this to you as well.
Okay.
Mr. Charles, if you could, just step a little bit more to my right.
Yeah.
No, other way.
Right here.
Other way.
That's your left, Bobby.
Right here.
To your right, son.
Other way, Bobby.
Other way.
God, he is, Joe. Holy shit. Sleepy Bobby.
This way.
Right here.
Stand right here.
Oh, right here, guys.
There you are. All right. Mr. Bobby Charles. As your candidate for Blaine County, what are your plans to boost the local economy and create jobs?
That is a great question, but how about we let the civilians give their round of applause to the future? Thank you, guys. Guys, no need to clap this much, okay? No need to clap this much. Repeat the question one more time.
Maybe plans to boost the economy of Blaine County.
Oh, they're clapping again. Hold up. They're clapping so much I can barely hear the question. Repeat the question one more time.
Are you done yet?
Yeah, it's good. How do I plan to fix the economy, the dying economy, the terrible economy that Andi Jones has passively constructed? You know, Andi Jones is the reason this economy is dying, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what the real question is? What was I doing when I was warden of Bolingbrook? You want to know what I was doing? I was building the damn economy. That's what I was doing. When I'm in office, I will accept every business grant. I will give out free business licenses, and every business will be approved within day 2 of me being in office to build and boost the economy.
Not real.
Wow.
Thank you so much for clapping, guys. Appreciate all the love and support, guys.
Bobby, how did I collapse the northern economy? I just wanted some clarification.
How did you collapse the northern economy? How about we talk about how you didn't collapse the northern economy? She did that. That was Andi Jones. You hear that explosion? That was Andi Jones using her 5G radio waves to blow up the city like she's gonna blow up your rights.
That's why she let him go first.
All right.
Wow.
Answer has been completed. Miss Jones, over to you for your question then. Same thing.
Okay. Well, in order to boost an economy, Bobby seemed to misunderstand the question, believe that the economy is dead up in the north, which it is not.
It's dead
failing.
because you're there.
The economy is not failing, but he asked how we're going to boost it, which means improve it and increase it. Regardless, as most of you probably know, I like to run events. I have currently got 2 giant warehouses where I can dual wield events.
Real.
It's not true.
It's real.
The first event that we're going to do is the Blaine County Fair, and I'm going to be doing that whether I win or not. With that, you're going to have to pay for tickets to get in. There's going to be a hedge maze. There's going to be booths.
My fair is going to be free. Nobody has to pay for any tickets. Keep that in mind.
Mr. Charles, I'm asking you to extend the courtesy of silence during her answers.
Dunk tank, hedge maze. There's going to be tons of stuff, and it's going to be a great time. But all of that money will go towards the county account that will be up and running for whoever the mayor is.
I want to re-answer the question.
In addition, I have a lot of ideas for a lot of jobs. Do I live in Polito?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, I mean,
How do
technically,
you
I
feel
live
about
kind of
all
like.
the corrupt government officials living up in Pluto?
Well, like who? Like Siobhan and Max?
No, ask me
there's a
that
bunch of them.
question. Ask me
Bunch of
that
them. Siobhan,
question.
Max, Simone, all
Ask
them.
Bobby that question.
Bobby.
Bobby's homeless.
The people that ruined this fucking entire goddamn island live up in Polito. The same
You know
people
what?
you call neighbors. How can we trust you that you ain't gonna do the same bullshit they did? I mean, you live right next to them.
My proximity to
Living
another
with
human being does not mean that I
dictators.
agree with
You're in
their
the same
the other half
position.
live in
That's
the
how
city?
it fucking works. We're not.
She's a plant
Oh,
for
Bobby.
Maximilian Thoroughbred,
Ah,
everybody.
listen,
Just
everybody.
came in. She works for the Thoroughbred crime family.
Mr.
She's a
Charles.
part of the crime syndicate.
Mr.
You
Charles,
might be right,
Mr.
Bobby.
K, everybody, hold on. As I did allude to before, I'll leave some time for questions at the end. All right? I'll answer just 3 or 4 more questions. We can get to community questions as well. All right?
You know, there is going to be no community with Andy Jones in office. Keep that in your mind,
Mr.
everybody.
Charles. All right. Ms. Jones, did you finish your answer?
We'll call that sufficient. I've got all ideas for jobs and things like that, but we can move
Excuse
on.
me.
All righty. Mr. Charles, question to you then.
Uh-huh.
How do you plan to involve the community in decision-making processes and ensure that their voices are heard?
How do I plan to involve the community with the great people of Blaine County in every decision that I will make? First of all, I will hold community meetings every week. Any law that I make, there will be a ballot process to see if the civilians want to help in this legislation. I will also make Independence Day a national holiday for the great heroes that liberated us on July 3rd from the tyranny of the Thoroughbred Crime Syndicate. I will build a golden statue of Mr. K, the man who led the revolution, and I'm gonna make Los Santos pay for it. How does that sound, guys?
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible, but I just don't really like Bobby.
Sorry, Bailey, he got so off track. Could you ask the question again?
Hey, Bobby, can you put one on me too?
Yes, of course. The question was, how do you plan to involve the community in decision-making processes and ensure their voices are heard?
Oh, okay. This is one point I agree with Bobby on. I do think that we should let the public vote on whether we pass certain legislation or not, if it's going to affect the public directly. In addition, a long time ago, I bought a warehouse in Polito that I always intended to turn into a town hall. And that was even back when me and Sis moved up there because we wanted our own kind of small community government. But now I have a chance to turn that into a reality, which I'm also happy to do regardless
A
of
community
if I win or
government
not.
with Maximilian Thoroughbred at the head of it. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. She works for Siobhan and Max.
Corrupt
I-
fucks out of Polito.
okay.
I'm gonna kick him out on day 2 in office.
But in addition to that, I would love for
Is day one copyrighted or something?
more judges to be hired and moved
Me
up
too.
there, or spend their time up there if they want to. We can have petty court. I don't care. Versions of HOA court that we had back in the day. Happy to do it all as long as we're building a community.
You guys hear what she just said? HOA court. She was a part of a criminal syndicate that used to kill and murder everybody
Oh
in
my
her path.
God!
Can we
Information
really?
everyone already had. No.
Can we really trust her to not kill and rob the civilians of their
Mr.
rights in
Charles.
office? That is a
Mr.
question that
Charles.
has yet to be answered.
I got a question.
Hold on. I'll have 2 more, and then I'll allow crowd
Yes,
questions,
sir.
all right? Mr. Charles, once again, please keep your commentary until you are called upon. This is a courtesy, all right?
Of course, Justice.
As if
Uh-huh.
you guys knew what courtesy was in the DOJ.
Yeah, thank you there. In terms of law enforcement, Bobby, your
What will
current
I do?
plans as to your vision of Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
So I know all the civilians in here feel as if the PD is never held accountable. Is this true? Is this how you guys feel down there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck the
You want to
PD.
know? You want to know how we're gonna hold the PD accountable? Because everybody knows the high command and the command cannot hold their own accountable. So it is up for the civilians to hold them accountable. I will make a streamlined system to report officers directly to the mayor's office, and they will be reprimanded or fired if they have continuous amounts of reports against them. How does that sound, everybody?
Woo!
Has your answer concluded there, Mr. Charles?
What do you mean, boo? I heard a goddamn boo.
Mr. Charles, has your answer been concluded? All right. Well, then I'll take silence as a yes.
Sleepy Charles.
No, it has not been concluded. And I'm gonna make the hero of Los Santos the new sheriff. Who's the hero of Los Santos? Somebody go ahead and ask me.
Me.
Who is he?
I'm gonna make Soze the new sheriff when I'm in office. How does that sound, guys?
Okay.
Why
I
is
don't think
everybody
you got
saying
the
okay?
response you were going for.
I'm gonna make Mr. K the sheriff.
God help us.
I'm gonna make. I'm
What
gonna
about
make,
the real hero, Justin DeMarco? What about
I'm gonna
that
make
guy?
Carmine the sheriff.
Okay, fuck you too, Bobby.
Boo.
Oh.
Who the fuck do you guys want to be the goddamn sheriff, dude?
You lost my vote, Bobby.
Carmine Costello. I want him.
Yeah. Yeah, call mine. Woo.
Because I want to see that motherfucker get killed on duty.
Me
That's
too.
the fucking truth.
Free PD
Oh,
guns.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Miss Jones, question to you. Your current plan and vision for the BCSO.
I'm going to be entirely honest.
Nice talk.
Since I was in office all those years ago, I am vehemently against different factions of government having significant influence over one another. I'm not a cop, nor do I know what it entails, so why the fuck should I be the one telling the BCSO what they should or should not do? I'm perfectly happy to weigh in or give an outsider's perspective. Me and Bones have a very good relationship with each other, and I'm sure he would take my advice into account. But that being said, I think whatever vision they have for building something up there should have personality, and me and Bones are definitely on the same page as far as that goes. So it's very, very community-driven, very based on communication, but I don't think that the mayor should meddle significantly with police departments.
Has that concluded your answer?
Yes.
Mr. Charles, last question will open up to the public there, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Charles, this here is a topic of ethics.
Uh-huh.
What measures will you put in place to combat corruption and ensure decisions are ethical for the people?
What measures will I include to make sure? I will be assembling a SEAL Team 6 of the sorts, made of lifers inside of prison, and I'm gonna give them AK-47s. How does that sound, everybody?
America, baby.
Woo!
Sounds like a suicide squad.
Fuck you, Chief! Eat my dick, I hate you!
Oh, so you don't want a job then? Well, I'll throw your
Doesn't want your
application
vote
out.
either.
It's good to know.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want you.
Dude.
Wait, why'd you apply?
It's okay. Let me go. Let me go throw it out. Hold on.
Why'd
No,
you
you
apply?
don't
if
gotta
you're
throw
running
it
for
out
mayor?
yet. You can wait a little bit. Just don't throw it out yet.
Aren't you only
Why?
running because they wouldn't hire
On
you?
my shoulders, so you can see.
Damn.
All right. Mr. Charles, is that your final answer?
I'm gonna build a wall, guys.
Oh my god.
All right. Ms.
Does
Jones,
that mean I can't hang out with my friends if there's a wall?
as part of the mayorship and as an ethical question, what measures will you put into place to combat corruption within Blaine County?
I mean, that starts at the top as far as I'm concerned. As far as any structure that goes within any government, the best thing you can do is put people in the positions of power that are leaders and good examples of what it means to not be corrupt and how much you can get done without it. So in that capacity, I think it is well within our reach to control our own departments in a way that has checks and balances to counteract any corruption and also reveal it in certain ways. I think that it's very transparent as far as things go, and as long as there's open communication and lots and lots and lots of transparency, then corruption shouldn't really be a problem.
I have something. I gotta add on to this. Let me add on right now.
Go ahead. I
How am I
don't
gonna
mind.
end corruption? I am gonna publicly execute Maximilian Thoroughbred and Siobhan Thoroughbred and anyone who was affiliated with him. We're gonna kick them out of police, and we're gonna execute them. How does that sound, everybody?
Yeah.
Sounds illegal.
Through the method of the guillotine. How does that sound, everybody?
I love it.
I must remind y'all, we do have human privileges and we do have due process within the court.
But have human
No,
privileges
okay.
for the
No, we
corrupt
don't.
people
No,
that
we
took
don't, Your
away
Honor.
our human privilege
After
rights
what
when they
you
were in
allowed
office.
them to do in the
There is
prison,
no
I don't
fucking due
think we do.
process.
Good luck getting a
well,
trial. Yep, exactly.
got a
You have
question.
fucked me
Once
for the
again.
last time.
hold on now. Mr. K, we've had this discussion. I don't need to harp on it
I
again.
know.
As
I'm
y'all aware.
just saying, as of right now, we don't. Maybe in the future we will. That's okay.
Yeah.
But I do
we'll
have a question.
we'll
A
have
very
it tomorrow.
hard-hitting one.
This is open for. If you'd like to come up here,
Don't
please
worry.
step forward.
I came prepared.
Damn. Like that, dog. That ass.
Mayor candidates and Your Honor, could you please approve of these answers they give to make sure they are valid and legit?
If
Can
it
you-
isn't
can
the
you read
future,
out-
if it isn't the hero of Los Santos who saved us from corruption,
No,
independent stay the
Allegedly,
leader.
stop
How's
it right
it going?
there. Stop it right there. Okay, can you read out the names of the last 10 people you guys have texted in your phones?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Let's go on,
All
dog.
right. Who, Mr. Charles? I'm going to look over your shoulder here.
I have Carmine, some random number, you, Andy Jones, Nakota, another random number, an Italian guy, another random number, and a prison lifer, and another random number, and Chip,
I'm the Italian guy.
and another random number, and Slacks.
That was more than 10.
And
Alright, he's
I
too
had
lazy
like
to save numbers, is what I got from that. Lazy fuck.
I've got Darcy Lane, the chief of police, Barrett Johnson. I've got 2 lifers that I met at the prison earlier. Got Sheriff Bones, Osvaldo, Silas, Timo, and then Bobby yelling at me to get off the phone so we could cry.
That don't sound like 10. Was that 10, Your Honor?
Was it? 1, 2, 3, 4,
I didn't
8 or
count the number
9.
there.
5, 6, 7.
Last one was
8,
that Bobby.
9. Oh, the last one's Finley Milton.
Okay. Okay. Not bad. Not bad, actually, Andy. Not bad.
Yeah.
Picking this up. That's all.
All righty. Anyone else from the audience have a community question? Raise a hand if you'd like to ask. No question.
they have questions.
I'll ask a question.
Oh,
Go ahead
fuck.
and ask it,
on up.
Archie.
Del Mayor.
And this is towards Andy Jones.
Oh, no.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Andy,
going to turn into a fucking speech.
Yes.
you used to be the mayor. Is this correct? At a time.
Yes.
Washed up politician,
What?
that's what she is.
Bobby, I'm trying to ask a fucking question. Why
Yeah,
run
get this,
again
bro.
and not save the position for somebody else?
The people are free to pick whoever they want. If they're tired of having me in office, then all they have to do is vote for somebody else. As far as I'm concerned, when the economy collapsed before we all moved back here, or at least those of us that left, the previous form of government, and I'm not talking about the most recent one, it collapsed and it took everything away from us, specifically myself and Sis and everything we built in Mirror Park. We decided that we were going to move north and get away from the city to get away from the politics and bullshit that caused us to lose everything that we had built over all the years. And now the politics are following us up there. If it's going to be done up there and I can't escape it, I would like it done right. I have very much confidence in my own capabilities, and I'm sure there are other people who are just as qualified, though I personally wouldn't believe that Bobby is one of them. That being said,
Okay,
I
what did you just say to me? What was that?
I also believe that there's always plenty of time, and now there's double the amount of chances for somebody to be mayor, whether it's in the north or in the city. And that being said, I am the only person who has held office besides Max, and we saw how this all went, who has gone into the mayorship right after a government restructure. I was able to pave a path that made sure that it was stable enough for other people to enjoy it, and that means that I closed a lot of loopholes and dealt with a lot of legislation that would have only made other people's experience in the mayor's office that much more stressful. So if I can bite that bullet for other people so they enjoy it more when they go in, that is kind of my line of thought on that.
I appreciate that. And I guess one final one from me for the both of you. Given that it may be your choice who will be around you in your cabinet, who would you guys have as deputy mayors?
Bobby, do you want to go first?
Good question.
No, you're gonna go first.
Okay. Everything's open for me right now. I don't have a rigid structure set in mind because I'm going to be honest, if we're going for a more freeform government, I think each mayorship should
Are they
find a
urping
structure.
down there? Mr. K, are you fucking Richard? What are you doing?
No, my knees are tired. I'm just sitting on them.
Mr. Charles, please answer.
Please
I think
give him
we
back
should
shots.
use structures that works best for the team that you have in front of you. Because what will work for one team might not necessarily work for another. So setting rigid positions, I don't think is necessarily the way to go. Each administration is so different that what works for one won't work for another. That being said, I'm open to anybody who is wanting to approach and be interested in working with me, and we'll figure out who works best in what position when that time comes. I'm very open right now. I don't have anything set in stone.
Thank you, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
I got a
Charles.
question.
Hold on. Mr. Charles has the opportunity to answer as well. It's
Okay.
directed at both.
It's gonna be something dumb, but all right.
I have yet to choose my chief of staff.
Wow, great answer, Bobby.
Thanks,
You know what?
Bobby.
Fuck you. You know
Go
what?
ahead, Kay.
Hey,
I could have made you my chief of staff.
Mr. K, would you like to ask another question?
Yeah, what is your guys' opinion on the current state of the work that the current mayor and their council and their whole squad of people have done in this city, the state that they left it in, as well as the work of the DOJ the past few months?
That was I feel like that tackled a couple things. Can you narrow it?
Well, pretty much, how do you feel about what the government has done these past few months, including DOJ, the council, and the mayor's office?
I think that the government should be serving the people, and if the people, very clearly, were not happy with how it was going, then it's right that we are restructuring.
Well,
And
I'm
try something
asking
new.
your opinion.
I'm going to be honest, like I said, I moved north and I made a very, very strong decision to not pay attention to any of it, and that's what I did. I worked for
Oh,
Parks
look
and
at her.
Rec,
Andy Jones, when the
but that's
city
so I
was
could
falling
run events.
apart, was kicking it up at the beach, just ignoring
Mr.
the
Charles.
cries for help. You guys hear this? Doesn't even know what the
Mr.
political and the
Charles.
economic state of the world is right now. Can we really have her in office?
Amen.
That is a good point, Bobby. I mean, you're unaware of the current issues, so how can you fix the issues you're
Kicking
unaware
it up north was Maximilian and Siobhan as her neighbor. Guy, can we really trust this politician?
Holy shit.
He's got a good point.
Mr. Charles, I'll kick the question over to you then.
What did I think about it? I myself am a freedom fighter just like all of you civilians. I served my country on January 6th with Vivek Ramaswamy when we faced tyranny and we were all prosecuted with no due process. I served my city at May 1 with Vivek when we kidnapped Siobhan and held her hostage inside of prison.
Oh.
I don't
Statute
think
of
that was a
limitations.
Let him
question
continue,
there,
let him
Mr.
continue.
Bobby.
Statute of
Let him cook, let him
limitations.
cook.
It's a statute. It's cool.
When we kidnapped Siobhan's because she kidnapped our rights, everybody. And guys, I promise you
You're
now,
damn right.
the people will be involved in my administration in Blaine County. Any law that I will pass will be done via a ballot. God, this fucking stupid, dumb fucking. One
That's
second,
my
guys.
future mayor.
Yeah, he
Let's
has
be
my
real,
vote.
no, it's
We
not.
need someone who's gonna stand on business. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
we need-
They did a shit job. Say it with your goddamn chest.
And we're gonna execute Max and Siobhan, guys.
Yes! That's what I like.
I have some questions from Deadpan.
Mhm.
Okay, Mr. Charles, where do you live currently?
Where do I live currently? The question is, you want to know where I live?
Yeah.
I live wherever the civilians of Blaine County need me. I live wherever your rights are being violated. I live wherever you're gonna need me to live. And I promise I'm gonna live in Blaine County, and I'm gonna protect your rights, and I'm gonna hold the PD accountable, and I'm gonna take away your taxes. How does that sound, everybody?
He's living in the Glendale rental.
Do you
So
have?
where do you live?
Yeah, where do you have residence in Blaine
said
County?
He said he's gonna live
You wanna
in
know where I
Blaine
have
County.
residence at?
Is it
I
in
have
Blaine County?
residence Wherever the people of Blaine County need me, that's where I have it at.
Okay, so
So,
if I was
Mr.
to look
Charles,
into
I
the
just wanna
MDT, you
qualify,
would
are you
not
a
have.
squatter?
Yeah.
Is it squatting if you're protecting rights of the people who need you most?
Yeah, it's still squatting.
If I were to send you mail, what address would I send it to?
You're asking me
He's
if I have
homeless.
been in Blaine
apartments.
County where Max and Siobhan have lived and they still reign their tyranny there till this day. I have not been in Polito because of that simple fact, because they still live there and nobody is doing anything about it, but I'm going to make that change and I'm going to do something about that. How does that sound, everybody?
Yeah, we love the
Yeah.
homeless.
All right. And one
Give
other
it a call.
question for both of you. How do you plan on dealing or working with, more specifically, the newly elected mayor of Los Santos if you are elected to be the mayor of Blaine County?
Nino
Let
Chavez.
me interject before this. I'll just this will qualify as the last question between these two individuals. Thank you for that. And then we'll proceed afterwards. Go ahead, Mr. Charles.
Can you explain the question in Fortnite terms?
How are you going to work with whoever gets elected here in Los Santos?
Your
That
buddy's
is
dead
a
outside the store. You
great
gotta
question.
pick
Who
him
you
up.
Thank you
cranking
so much
90s
for
with,
that.
Bobby?
Who am I going to be cranking my 90s with? The question is, I think me and the mayor of Los Santos need to work very loosely together in the point that while I am currently building my beautiful Blaine County, this economic province in the world, I think that both of us should focus on our singular provinces to help build it without each other's help, because there's a lot of work to do. And if he needs my help, I'm gonna give him my help. And if he wants mine, I'm gonna give it to him. How does that sound?
So you're not going to work with him.
I am gonna work for him
For him.
together, in conjunction. A
So
vote
you're
for
gonna-
Nino is a vote for Bobby, by the way. Keep that in mind. If you're gonna vote for Nino, vote for me too. I
shit,
endorse him.
Gloria.
Steel pots.
Miss Jones.
I'm happy to work with whoever comes into
I'm
the
gonna
mayor's
legalize moonshine.
office. Okay.
Woo!
Woo!
I love that.
Wish.
But it won't be that cool
Mr.
anymore.
Charles, you
And
done?
marijuana.
Mr.
No,
Charles.
I don't have a boner. I'm not hard.
I have a boner. Have my
wasn't
kids,
me.
Bobby.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Miss
I'm-
Jones, go ahead.
I'm
It
more
was
than
AI,
happy
by
to
the
work
way.
with anybody that comes into office. I know that we're going to have to, because I think as is, it's going to take a little bit of time for things to iron themselves out, and it sounds like the city will probably still control the pay, which will affect the citizens in the north too. So having an amicable relationship where you're able to work together to hopefully benefit the whole, even as two parts, is definitely favorable over having some kind of civil war.
Alrighty, that concludes our debate for this evening. I appreciate y'all's time and the candidates as well. Once again, as a small reminder, tomorrow
I
we
gotta
will
say
be
a closing
announcing.
statement.
After mine, we will be announcing legislation, or sorry, the constitutional changes within this city. It will outline the processes above. As you are aware, those interested in actually applying to be and running for mayors are able to do so. That process has been outlined and is available within the government website. Thank you all.